Alright, there goes Rachel. Looks like she successfully got us a couple of tickets for a train to Sibiu. We're actually gonna head there now. Alright, got these tickets here. Rachel just scored us these 2 first-class tickets. So if you see here, class 1 looks like car 2, seats 53 and seats 55. This is the second time actually that we've used the Rome to Rio application, and it has told us of either bus or train that actually didn't exist. So twice we've ended up at either the wrong stop or at a stop where the bus at a particular time doesn't actually exist. So for example, it said that there was going to be a bus at 11:30, and in fact the bus isn't until 9:30 in the evening. So thankfully we were able to find a train that's going to be about the same length of time, but that train isn't until 1, and we were supposed to leave at 11:30, which throws off our whole arrival with our host at Airbnb, which, you know, it is what it is. We're able to message them, so hopefully we can get it figured out. But yeah, we're going to be hopping on the train here shortly and heading to Sibiu, and I wanted to document it as we went along. You saw Rachel went down and grabbed the tickets for us. The woman who helped us she spoke English well enough to help us, so that was nice. So yeah, if you're interested, stay tuned to the video. We'll be heading to Sibiu, like I said, by train, and I'm gonna try to get our experience in our first class seats as well as the train itself, and hopefully some views out of the window of the countryside as we go along. So yeah, thank you. Got that old beauty pulling in behind me. We're just here, platform 4, waiting for the train to Sibiu. It was actually a couple of hours we've been waiting, and it wasn't so bad, huh? No. Yeah, we're just kind of chilling next to the speaker that announced all the incoming trains, so I'm a little deaf. but yeah, it was cool. We just chilled. There's some benches there. I mean, it's warm enough in there that it was not so bad to just sit in there. Sorry about this guy. But yeah, we're just waiting here on the track, and as soon as it gets here, we'll board and get to our seats, and we'll show you how those are looking. All right, I like to get a video inside of these bathrooms on these trains, especially in some of these different countries. You know, I'm not complaining whatsoever. I think they're actually in decent shape in consideration. I'm going to be on here for 3 hours, and I will inevitably need to use the restroom. But yeah, not terrible. Little sink with some soap, and then you know, stainless steel bathroom. Little window so you can smoke, as apparently a lot of people do, because it certainly smells that way in here. But looks like you should be able to wash up decently, and it's not terrible in here. So there you go. There's that. Alright, as you can see, we're heading out. It was fairly easy finding the car. The numbers are on the outside, and the seats are actually numbered fairly visibly. They're just on the top, so we were able to find our seats quick enough. The only perk I can see from getting first class versus second class is that the seats aren't facing each other. They're not necessarily more comfortable than the last train we took when we did second class. So I guess there's the convenience of not having to stare at somebody else the whole ride, but I don't know, I guess it was worth the little bit extra. Beautiful views of the countryside as we go along. I doubt I'm actually capturing them, but these old power poles actually have the old glass insulators on them. I don't think that they're active power lines, but pretty neat seeing the old glass insulators, just like in middle America. Find them lying along railroad tracks just like you would here, I would imagine. There's a nice view pretty far out there. I've noticed as we've gone along there's quite a bit of sheep actually. I didn't notice that as a huge portion of options in restaurants, but I did see it a couple of times. So there must be a big draw for it, at least not for the wool. Curious what those things are. A couple of them there. Interesting. Still a bit of the old world out here. So I've been trying to capture some of these, what I believe are deer out here. I've seen them a couple of times, but it's the first time I was able to get my camera out. Whether or not I actually got a decent view of them, I'm not sure, but I noticed a little bit of greenery here. I'm not sure if these are new crops coming in or this is just a little bit of different weeds and plant matter that are coming up. Well, there hasn't been too much variation in landscape. It's been pretty much kind of gray and a little overcast the whole way, and basically a bunch of farmland out here. I did see this larger building in the background here. Almost looks like it's maybe a ski resort up there on that hill way in the background. It's a very large building though. I'm quite curious. Yeah, I'm trying to catch certain things as I go along, but as you can imagine, trying to record from a moving train, things are rather fleeting, but I have seen quite a bit of deer as we've gone along, and also when you're here, you'll notice at intersections there'll be like a lot of crosses. If I'm pronouncing it correctly, I believe it's Troița, which I believe translates to cross, but it's basically like kind of like at a crossroads. They'll put it there, I'm assuming, for a blessing or good luck in a journey or something to that effect. I believe the woman actually explained it when we were on our walking tour, but I don't remember exactly what it was. I think actually there was just one there. I'm not sure if anyone saw it down in the field. There was a cross, but yeah, if you pay attention as you'll go along, you'll see old stone crosses out in the fields, and then also you'll see like newer wooden ones that are erected at crossroads as well. Well, I got a little bit of change of scenery. I've come over to the other side of the train and gone down to the other end. It's not too busy, but this far end is empty, so I figured I'd come down here so I could talk about some of this view and then not interrupt anyone, or at least I don't have to mind my volume on my voice. But yeah, these snow-capped peaks are awesome out here. There really are a lot of mountain ranges here, so as you go along, you're always going to be surrounded by snow-capped peaks, I've noticed as we've gone along. But yeah, just trying to get some longer shots as I go along. That way I don't just have a bunch of random, really quick video clips that you're not really getting much out of. Pretty neat train though. I mean, it's pretty empty. It's not super packed. But it's quiet. It's been a quiet ride. I've noticed that I think the Romanian people are very reserved, and I think in general they just kind of like to, enjoy the ride, keep to themselves, and get to where they're going. So that always makes for a pretty relaxing experience. The trains and buses that we've been taking have generally been pretty quiet. Just saw a river a minute ago. I believe it's OLT, Olt. There we go. Thought we might cross over it. Nice decent sized river as we go along. I'm not sure how much we're going to go up in elevation here within the next few minutes, but certainly seeing a lot more snow-capped peaks as we go along. Nice little farm properties just here off the track. Of course, this big gnarly tree's blocking my view now. Seeing quite a few bees the last little ways we've gone. Starting to see some pine trees too, some big nice pine trees. Here we go over here. It's a nice little town we're passing through here. Let this run a little bit, see if this view opens up. Kind of neat though, you get the idea. The little towns you'll pass as you go along. A little bit more of that town we're passing through now. Trying to get that church, but my view's been blocked again. Certainly gone up in elevation. I'm not sure how much more, but certainly can tell it's getting a little bit more wooded, I would think. And if I didn't know any better, I'd think that was the US. Got a truck stop with a subway and a hotel right by it. Not too much further on our journey before we get to our destination. Kind of just come into some smaller towns that are around the town that we're staying in. People's small plots with chickens and dogs and things of that nature. Some of the plots have actually been pretty neat. They're very long plots that lead up to the house, giving people opportunity to have a little bit of livestock. These people look like they have a bunch of corn drying out, maybe for feed. Other people will have a lot of like fruit trees on their land. Maybe they sell some fruit. Those guys also had some corn out there drying as well. But yeah, we're gonna get to our destination and we'll hop off and let you know what we thought of the journey. Alright, we just arrived. I only got a few short clips as we went along. Like I was saying, it was kind of the same as we went. What'd you think, Rachel?
Well, I liked it. The scenery was great. It was very, very quiet. The chairs weren't super comfortable. They had like a really deep incline to them, so it was a little hard to sit in them. But other than that, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I have to agree. The ride was quiet. The views were great. I mean, they were fairly simple, but as we went along, you know, it was a lot of countryside, so that was nice having come from a couple of the larger cities here. And the seats, I will also agree, were quite inclined back, which you would think would be nice because they were reclined, but they were very uncomfortable, almost forcing you to keep your neck away from them the whole time, the way the back was designed. So I don't know if these seats were the same on this as our last second class, but the seats were actually more comfortable in second class, I thought. But yeah, we are actually going to catch an Uber and head to our Airbnb now. I'll hopefully have a video up for that here shortly. And keep tuned to the channel if you're interested in our journeys. We're going to be here for about a week right here in Sibiu. So thanks for watching.